Nadler. Saturday's terrible crash is a tragic and powerful reminder of what we have known for some time, that New York's airspace is far too congested to be unregulated by the federal government. For many months, I've been calling for regulation of this airspace, and on Saturday, our worst fears were tragically confirmed once again. It is unconscionable that the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, permits unregulated flights in a crowded airspace in a major metropolitan area. And it is ridiculous that private planes and helicopters flying through a crowded area are dependent while in flight on visually sighting other aircraft and communicating with them. The real-life repercussions of these non-existent regulations have been disastrous. Despite all of this, the FAA has responded to Congress repeatedly that it lacks the legal authority. It's responded to us when we've complained to them, that it lacks the legal authority to regulate aircraft below 1,100 feet. Although, after several crashes of tourist aircraft in Hawaii, it imposed such regulations in 1994. We now demand that the FAA stop avoiding its responsibility and hiding behind non-existent legal regulations, legal restrictions. We demand that all general aviation aircraft be required to have aboard a traffic collision avoidance system, TCAS, which alerts the pilot when another aircraft is getting too close, and that all general aviation aircraft be required to carry a mode C transponder, a device that sends out a constant signal announcing a craft's location. With these two devices, pilots will not be dependent on seeing other aircraft in time. In 1989, after a similar collision between a general aviation aircraft and a tourist helicopter in Southern California, Congress passed legislation specifically urging the FAA to require these devices. Every helicopter and general aviation aircraft should also be required to file flight plans, even for trips under 1,100 feet. Every helicopter and general aviation aircraft should be required to file flight plans, even for flights under 1,100 feet altitude. In fact, we should give serious consideration to banning all such flights below 1,100 feet until we can install radar systems that can track them. We are told by the FAA that it is not technically feasible to install radar below 1,100 feet because of ground clutter. I frankly don't believe them. The military has down-looking radar. The military has down-looking radar that can distinguish ground clutter. But if it is impossible to provide such safety, then we should ban such flights below 1,100 feet. We have long asked that the FAA take responsibility for regulating all of the airspace near New York City, including that below 1,100 feet in altitude. If the FAA does not do this of its own volition, then Congress will see to it in short order that they are mandated to do so. Saturday's tragedy underscores the urgency of this issue. The Hudson River flight corridor must not continue to be the Wild West. The FAA must act immediately before further lives are lost. If it does not, Congress will act.